When you work a lot with AI, at some point you're hitting limits. And it's not limits of AI, but limits of your subscription. This is why by the end of this video I will show you how to optimize your subscription usage so you can get more out of AI. People work with AIs differently. Two different people can sit on the same subscription of $20, for example, and one person will never hit a limit and will simply use it on month-to-month basis, and second person will just get to the limits in a matter of hours or days. Nowadays, really often we have a limit on the number of queries per day and also per week. Like for example in Claude, you are getting around 45 to 50 messages in a scope of 5 hours. But then on top of that you are getting a weekly plan, and even if you're using more expensive plans like for $100 or $200, you can still spend too many tokens. So how can you optimize it? The main point is that by default all developers are burning through too much tokens too inefficiently, mostly because they don't plan enough and they simply ask AI again and again to regenerate the same thing. And this is exactly what we are doing in my middle to senior front-end bootcamp. We plan architecture accordingly before we even start coding. Additionally to that, they don't understand rules when AI burns through more tokens or less tokens. And there are different ways to optimize this. First of all, what I really like to do myself is have one AI as my executor, which basically means I am not using it to plan architecture, to scope my features, to discuss something, only execute exactly what I want. You can use any AI here, let's assume that we're using Claude. So my point here is to create rules which will forbid it to propose something, communicate with me, provide different solutions and so on. You can just throw a bunch of rules in any AI that you are using. Here is what I prepared. Be extremely concise, here is its default behavior. A minimum possible answer that fully solves the request. It is extremely important if you want to use less tokens. Use one solution only. Really often you would see that your AI proposes for you at least 2 or even 3 or 4 solutions. We don't care, just pick the best one. Do not provide alternative options. Do not explain the reasoning, this actually burns a lot of tokens, and if we are talking about executor, I already know what I want to do, I just need it to be done. No suggestions, improvements, best practices, no extra comments, no extra commentary, do not restate the questions, this all helps. Additionally, about the code, we want a minimal diff, only the final output, so no iterative outputs, no explanations, no examples unless I asked for it. And obviously, if information is missing, ask a short clarifying question only. Never expand the answer beyond what is strictly required. And you won't imagine how it helped with the amount of tokens that I'm spending every single day. And you just don't need to do anything for it at all, simply use it. But it is obviously not all, you can do it even better. For example, if you plan some refactoring in your project, I recommend you to create several files and define there everything that you want. Like for example here in docs I have architecture new, architecture old, current state and refactor plan. Which basically means in old architecture you can throw the whole file structure and then define how exactly something is working. And add here additional code which you think is relevant. Then you have your new architecture, maybe with new file structure and new definition how it all should work together. Then you have your current state, where you simply track every single step of your plan. And here the refactor plan is just a list of steps that you want to implement. The main point is that you are not discussing it with your executor AI, you are using for this some other AI. And I really think the easiest way is to use some free chats like ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini or Cursor, whatever you prefer. The main point is they all can help you to plan your architecture. They don't really need to scan your full project to come with some ideas. And after you plan the architecture in your head, you write it down in the markdown file, and then your executor must follow the ideas written in this markdown file. And it helps tremendously because really often AI can have glitches, hallucinations, it loses the context, and if you have such file, it will help a lot. But it is not all, we want to spend even less tokens. And for this you must remember that it is quite expensive to scan the whole project. This is why if you simply ask your AI some question and you didn't specify a specific file or you don't have a specific file opened, it will scan your whole project. And if you have a huge project, it will take first of all a lot of time, secondly a lot of tokens. Much better is to just add specific files that you want to either refactor or touch. This will help you to save a lot of tokens. And the last point might be obvious, but I still want to highlight it. You want to make your changes as atomic small commits, which essentially means if here we're looking on step 5.3, introduce new home structure. We simply write to AI this code like home must support goals list, session templates, streak and stats header, no backend logic changes, which essentially means we're not only specifying what we want it to do, but also what it should not do. Like if your step is to just create files and placeholders, it should not put the whole content inside. It will be much easier to test the change, understand that it was done correctly, and then move on, instead of get full files which will be simply replaced again and again. And if you are serious that you want to be a competitive senior developer on the market, which is needed for companies, check my middle to senior frontend bootcamp where I'm teaching exactly that, and you can find the link to it under the video.